most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
All right, let's get this party started.
Hello.
Here we are on another episode of Roustabout, where I take people from Europe and make them walk in 37-degree heat. On the show today, Olivier. I know you
did it on purpose?
I did, because people are always trying to say,
damn you.
Like Florence Olivier.
Laurence Olivier, yeah.
Okay, so he was also a French actor.
Yeah.
Are you a French actor?
French American, which I don't know what that means. It's
French American.
Yeah, it's dual citizenship. So my mom's from Chicago and my dad's from France.
Okay, how did they meet?
They met.
Moulin Rouge.
No, my dad had an apartment at the Rue Jussieu.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, and my aunt was a photographer, fashion photographer.
Oh yeah.
She would hang out in the apartment on top of his apartment.
This is early 80s?
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, how could I? I wasn't born yet. But yeah, it was a long time ago.
I'm just trying to picture what a fashion photographer, a young woman,
Yeah.
in France, we'll say the 80s.
Yeah.
Photography was at probably a all-time high.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Before digital, right?
Yeah, in Paris. Yeah, it was pretty big. And so she asked, she said to my mother, you got to come over to Paris and meet this. I mean, that's the way they told it to me. So I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
But so my mom flew over and met my dad, and they hit it on.
It was a fixed marriage to a degree. I have a guy for
maybe.
you. He doesn't speak the language.
But I guess it could be considered as a fixed marriage, because she's like, well, I'm going to have you meet this man and you're going to get married to him.
And it just worked out.
No, it didn't. No, they divorced.
Yeah, but...
Oh, it did work out at that time, for sure.
5 years of marriage?
5 years. No, they stayed married for a while. I was 13 when they divorced, so... Now we're going to the psychological route, psychotherapy route.
Do you hate that your parents were divorced?
Did I hate?
Well, brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a brother who's 5 years younger.
So they can take some of that burden of resentment and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt sorry for my dad. He was a little sad.
Yeah.
It's life. I'm sure my mom was sad too. It's just, since I was living under his roof, I saw him being more affected by it.
French guys are pretty emotional creatures in general.
Yeah.
Is it the hopeless romantic?
It is a bit of that, for sure. It's also because French is a Latin-based language. And
didn't know that.
But the Latin-based language is a very different way of thinking. It's a little bit more, the words they romanticize everything. There's a bit of poetry in everything they say. And English is more technical, German's more technical.
But why is there a lot of, what was the language that you said, the dead language?
Latin?
Latin is used in a lot of medical books.
Why is it used in medical books?
If it's not, it's more of a romantic language, Latin, because of the French.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just curious on how medical textbooks adopted a lot of Latin language and to define scientific.
I guess because when they started writing medicine, Latin was the key language.
Yeah.
At the time.
Okay.
So they kept it that way. And it was kind of like the priests would always read and speak in Latin.
Yeah.
So it has this mystical effect, and it's like, hey, listen, I know my shit because I know Latin, right?
Yeah.
You go see a doctor and he tells you this Romeus Plutus Dedulus, you'll be like, okay, all right, he knows his shit. I don't know what he said, but
the guy knows Latin. He's
he knows
educated.
Latin, he's educated. I
So-
think it's a way for them to cover their asses
Yeah. With old language.
with old language.
Where are we now?
So here we're in Big Stacy Park.
Big Stacy.
Yeah, Big Stacy. I love
We
this
used to
park.
call it the fat chick that lived down the street, Big Stacy.
The fat chick. Oh, big.
Yeah, she was known as Big
Took
Stacy.
me some time to figure that out. Okay.
She was a big girl.
Did you go out with
Big
Stacy?
Stacy.
Big Stacy.
No, I didn't went out with Big Stacy, but I've dated some Stacys.
Okay.
Not
So-
very long.
And what happened? Did you have a good story?
What always happens, they come out of their coma. There's a blue jay right over there,
Yeah.
a male.
A blue jay.
One of the most hated birds, by the way. They throw
Why?
the other babies out of the nest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wonder where they picked that up from.
You don't throw your babies down the out of the nest. I saw
No.
the yellow jackets have their nest in your balcony.
Yeah, I like to have a little life-threatening insects nearby.
Yeah.
Black widows, wasps.
You have two. You have two wasps' nests.
And I sleep with a dead rat in my mouth because I miss my grandfather.
Did you brush your teeth sometimes, or?
I brush my teeth
Oh.
at least once a day, twice, usually. I used to have bad teeth, very bad teeth. I had a lot of crowding on the bottom and these buck teeth up front from sucking my thumb. Jacked up my mouth. So when I started comedy when I was 26, and then within doing stand-up and being in the public eye for a couple of years, following an interview that I had that I watched, and when they closed up on my face, I looked at my mouth and I was horrified. I was absolutely horrified. I'm like, oh, that's what the public sees.
So you had what, braces and?
Braces
Yeah.
for just over 2 years, I think. It was supposed to be 4 to 5, but fortunately, my shout out to my orthodontist, Dr. Metaxas, Young and Eglinton in Toronto. Greek guy,
Yeah.
very, very, very nice. His family actually happened to be in Scotland.
So he did wonders.
He did wonders for me. I'm very, I love the man. He's come to see my shows with his family, which is,
Oh, I love leaf blowers.
yeah. What a bunch of shit, right?
That's horrible.
They're the
So
worst.
that's why I think that's one reason why I left LA, is because I was living in Studio City for a while.
Well, let's go
and-
back before. What was the months leading up
Wait, no, it's over here.
in France
No, I think it's over here. Yeah.
to go
Look,
to-
we got a.
to go to America?
Oh, what led me to go to the States?
Because we talked about this earlier, but we were comparing fucking crazy people stories from our time in LA.
Yes.
Roommates and just general people. Like, look at our faces. We're like, he escaped.
Yeah. No,
It's an
LA is
escape.
quite a special place.
So you're in France. What are you in film school?
Yes, I was in film school, but I went to the States before then. But
Yeah.
I was in
Oh, you
film
took-
school.
You went to the U.S. and then went back to France to film school.
Yeah, so I went 4 years in Chicago, came back to France, went to film school, And
Did Hollywood was the catalyst? Like you went to go check out the lay of the land? And
Hollywood
then
was
said-
after that, yeah.
Yeah, so you go home and go, I'm going to go learn how to be a director, and then move to Hollywood and chase it.
Exactly.
So you moved to LA, Hollywood. Did you know anybody there? Or?
Yeah, I knew Cecilia, who was a student in the same at UT
French
when
girl?
I went to UT film school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was another student in directing class.
French girl?
Cecilia?
Yeah.
No, she's not French. She's
A mess.
a mess.
In the best way.
Okay.
Yeah, I met the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a wild card.
Yeah.
If I was 10 years younger and still drank, her and I would go to jail together. Is that a dead fox in the tree? What the fuck is that? It's a toy.
Yeah.
It looks like
It's a
one
dead
of my
fox
socks
toy.
under my bed. I just got poison ivy.
You did? Yeah. Am I supposed to stay on your right or your left? Doesn't matter?
You want to be in between my hand and the camera.
Okay.
Film school, huh?
Yeah. Film school.
No cinematography?
Yeah. No, I just want, if you want to jump cut it, me switching to the other side might be
I haven't even
interesting.
turned on the camera yet. This is all
Oh, you
test.
did?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we're going.
No, I would have been mad if there were like 64 actors waiting for their scene to happen. But no, I'm cool. If you hadn't recorded that. I mean, it did happen last time, right? We did a whole podcast.
Yeah, and the audio was jacked. And I was a little disappointed because your friend was kind enough to sit in on it. And he had some really good points. He's a deep
Holy shit, yeah.
person.
Well, he's one of the top 5 MMA coaches in France.
Okay.
If not top 3.
Oh, how many homeless people have been sucked off under this bridge? Sometimes they're awake too.
That's right. When it rains a lot, it does drain, but I don't know if it's shallow enough. I guess if you're sleeping right here, you might be swept off.
This is cool. I've never really
Yeah.
adventure. I just usually do this stuff around Lady Bird Lake, but this clearly fills up with water at some point for those Texas floods that we've. You get a heavy rain.
Yeah.
For a day straight, but that's how you get all this
Oh,
green.
let's go down there. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check it out. Bit of a drought. Oops.
Yeah.
But you know what? It does rain in Austin, unlike Los Angeles. Holy fuck.
Oh, I know for sure
Yeah.
that it didn't rain for 7 years.
In LA?
Yeah, it didn't rain for 7 years. It might even be pushing 8.
I remember living 3 years in LA, and it probably rained like 3 days.
Yeah. It's wild, right?
It's crazy. They're fucked. They're so fucked.
There's no water there. This is great, by the way. This is where you do a comedy show.
Yeah, you could. Some rich neighbors that might object to
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, the stage is right here. You get everyone to sit.
I mean, maybe like 15 years ago, everyone would be cool. There was a huge hippie vibe in Austin.
Yeah.
That's getting disintegrated by crypto bros. But
The good thing about crypto bros, none of those guys know how to fight.
yeah,
Or have they they clearly, look, fighters are kind of like nerdy guys who decided to change their lives. And they're probably got their hands in the online currencies and stuff like that. Are you getting a lot of these crypto bros in the
few.
fight community? Trying to sell you their Amway?
they're curious about taking a class or two, but yeah, it's challenging. But whenever you start something, it's a little challenging, and Muay Thai specifically.
Yeah, that's the plan. At some point between now and the end of August, when I have to go on tour, I'm dying to go on tour. I'm gonna do some classes with you. Oh, heroin spoon.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah. Not from the streets, are you, son? That's a heroin spoon.
Great. See, I made your podcast a little bit harder. See, now you got tiger mosquitoes. We got uneven rocks.
Yeah, this is not the
It's
path.
100 degrees.
Yeah.
You're in paradise,
And
right?
you're wearing blue jeans and a button down.
Yeah. No, it makes
Hey,
no
a free
sense.
hat with blood on it. I'm gonna get bit by a rattlesnake.
So yeah, when it gets a little bit like dampy, that's where all the mosquitoes live. So
Yeah, fortunately,
we're gonna get.
it's dry enough here that they don't really make the distance. Looks
Be
like my
surprised.
ex-girlfriend's pussy. Do you see the shape?
Ah.
It's about that deep too.
Did you any pleasure out of that?
I hate that. Sometimes you with a girl,
Yeah.
you meet her, everything's kind of nice and moving towards something a little more positive, and then you get to that point of the relationship where you're naked. And
I think we went too far. Should we keep?
Let's take this bend.
Do you want to?
I
Hey,
wanna
you know
get-
what? It's good for entertainment. Like the harder you struggle.
People want to see us get hurt.
Yeah. The more you struggle.
There was like 50 sidewalks and you wanted to take Middle Earth. It's great.
Yeah.
This is where all the heat sits too, so it's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's perfect. So I'm not surprised you moved to Austin, Texas. I mean, you like hell. I'm
Yeah.
not saying Austin's hell. I'm just saying
The heat.
The heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like living in a volcano right now.
Well, I had to look at, COVID drops, right? I'm sitting in LA. I'm living literally ground zero. Like I lived, the street just behind Hollywood Boulevard. You know where the
Sunset?
no.
Bronson or I don't know.
No, towards the hills.
Okay, yeah.
The Magic Castle. You know where the Magic Castle is? I lived across the street from there, which is 1 block behind Hollywood Boulevard, behind the Man's Chinese Theater. And watching.
What was the Magic Castle? Like I always drove in front of it, but
It's for magicians. It's like the comedy
okay.
store for magicians.
ah,
With I think
I
a
didn't even
longer
know that.
history. Houdini had a house.
I thought it was like the headquarters of like White Castle Hamburger. Honestly,
Same kind of fonts.
yeah, it's
right?
like okay, this is where they take their burgers really seriously.
No, it's a
Is it-
very prestigious. It's the premier. If you're into magic,
Yeah.
that's the jam. That you have to be know a magician to even get in there as a guest.
Did you get to get in?
Yeah, but fortunately,
Oh, is that your?
my ex-girlfriend's
Ex-girlfriend's-
pussy. Yeah.
No, I think it's something else right there.
Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, she's got cigarette butts in her cunt.
Oh.
Yeah, same kind of hole.
Okay.
My friend, rest his soul,
Yeah.
the amazing Jonathan, one of the most.
Here's another challenge. Holy shit. Sorry to cut you off, but
There's a lot of piss and blood in this. I wonder where I'm gonna break my ankle.
well, Tom Cruise came out with his new movie, so
What movie?
uh,
Is it another Mission Impossible?
that
Ooh.
Flying in the Air movie, Top Gun 2.
Oh, that's right. It's Tom in that one. I guess
Yeah.
so, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. And
It's all built
I'm doing
on
free
nostalgia.
marketing. I'm promoting his movie, and he didn't ask for anything.
Would you work with Tom Cruise?
I mean, I work with anyone.
Yeah, as we can see.
Anyone, anywhere, anyhow.
Wow. That's
Holy shit. Okay, so it seems like we're leveling up every time, right?
okay. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this without getting this?
That's your jacuzzi, Jason.
I just don't want to drop my phone.
Shit. You're really going for it, huh?
Yeah. I used to play in places like this when I was a kid. In the creeks and stuff, we catch crayfish and carps and stuff and frogs if we could. Any kind of animals that would.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
Oh fuck. Oh yeah, these
It's
rocks
slippery.
are slippery as dog shit. I wonder who lives in that.
And there's These swamps like that, like these, yeah, that's a mosquito nest. Okay.
You get malaria from mosquito bites, don't you?
Yeah.
I think
this might be it.
Yeah, unless we creep along that ledge and just fall into the water.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go back to civilization.
Wow. I love all this stuff. See, Austin's got a bunch of this kind of just rural cool shit.
Yeah.
Squirrels.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we are.
Texas. These are all some sort of. This is that hippie stuff, right?
Yeah, it's a bridge in memory of someone who died. Fuck, I forgot what it was.
Larry.
I might be completely wrong.
Larry Moore. I don't know.
Music in our hearts.
Okay.
See, that's the type of artistic, creative, hippie vibe that Austin had for such a long time. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's completely vanishing, but
70s,
yeah.
80s. This was probably
Wait a
the
second.
spot.
No, this is new. So, this is brand new.
I think it's getting refurbished.
No,
No?
no. I think they built that specific. No, I've never seen this.
What is this?
No, I think they
Little
built it
Stacy?
because they wanted to keep it in the same vibe as this
Okay.
little mural right there. Yeah.
Little
Yeah, so this
Stacy
is
Neighborhood
brand
Park.
new and commissioned by the city.
Didn't you say Big Stacy?
Big Stacy, and this is Little Stacy.
Oh, okay.
So we went from Big Stacy to Little Stacy. So the reason why is because Big Stacy has a big pool, Little Stacy has a tiny little baby pool.
It's called the piss pool.
Yeah, it's for 3-year-olds and 4.
Every time I think about going to a public pool, I just think, well, how much urine is in there?
Man, it's hot.
I know, you want to start running as hard as we can until someone pukes. See, normally I can't get people to do this because they're all 40 pounds overweight. And the idea of moving. But you're not afraid to break a sweat.
No. I'm always working outside, as you know.
Yeah.
So I'm getting paid to get punched and punch people, and they love me for that.
Yeah.
So that's
The
cool.
pad work must be exhausting and the receiving end.
Well, with the pro team, yeah, definitely. If people are beginners, well, the guys have something to prove. They have something to prove, so they will hit as hard as they can.
Yeah.
The girls are smarter, I would say, because they listen to technique a little bit more, and they're more careful at
They want to master
applying
it.
themselves to do the perfect technique. Whereas the guys who just start off, they want to prove they're super masculine and hit as hard as they can.
Well, they're panicked too.
But they're not precise at all. And then I say, hey, hold on. If you don't aim right, you fuck up my hands because my wrists are getting
Twisted.
twisted. A pro is less dangerous than a beginner in some sense because he's very precise. He knows where to hit. He'll stop himself. If you didn't hold the pad up at some point, he'll stop himself from kicking you fully. Like they have that kind of control.
So where did your martial arts curiosity start? With a movie or like when I saw the movie Back to the Future and Michael J. Fox was skateboarding, I was like, I need to fucking get a skateboard. Was there a part of pop culture or something that kind of planted a seed where,
Well,
or was this a natural evolution for what you were?
no. Well, if you want to know the roots of everything, it's just, I was always I didn't like team sports.
Yeah.
I was more individualist. I'm also left-handed. No, I didn't think at the time. I didn't know what a southpaw or an orthodox was at the time. But the main event was I got knocked out in the streets of Chicago. I was at a
How
bike.
old were you?
What? I was 21.
Okay, it's a good time to
22.
get knocked out.
21, I think it was. I can't remember. Or 23. No, 21. Whatever. So it was a bike messenger's underpants party.
Hold on a second. You were a bike courier in Chicago.
No, I was riding my road bike all the time, wherever I'd go, because I was renting a huge loft in the west side Chicago, filled with artists, and that's another story, another life in its own. But I was trying to make a documentary on eccentric artists at the time, and I went to this Bike Messengers underpants party because a friend of my roommates.
Underwear, like lingerie and underwear?
Just underwear. You were in your underwear.
Okay.
And you go to the party and you're having a good time. And you're just with a bunch of bike messengers listening to hippie music or house music.
Yeah,
it's
it
fun.
looks like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just go to your party and I'll be in my underwear.
There was no underwear party. You just showed up in your underwear.
I know everyone was was in their underwear.
Your mom
besides the guy who knocked me out and his friends. So here I am. I'm talking to this girl, and I put this beer on the car, and I'm in my underwear.
Yeah.
Okay? I got these cut-off gloves, the bike gloves.
Are we going left or right?
We're gonna go to the right. Unless you want to keep going.
I want to go through the path more.
Okay. Through the path more. So let's go.
Cut back?
Yeah. All right, let's go over here. We'll go back to the path.
So your underwear party, cut off gloves.
Bike Messengers underpants party.
Yeah.
And cut off gloves.
What color underwear?
I don't know. It was like
Red in the front, brown in the back.
It was a greenish, something like that, like light blue, turquoise or something.
Stain resistant.
And so I was talking to this girl and having a good time, and I put this beer on top of a car.
What kind of car? Was it like this car?
No, it was a shitty car.
Okay.
But it's a plastic cup, all right? So no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
So this Eminem type guy.
Yeah.
With his 4 bros.
Yeah.
Says,
Hey, dude.
It's like, what?
First of all, anyone that
he's
says,
behind
hey,
you.
dude, is a fucking shithead.
Yeah.
Never turn around.
Or hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Same thing. But basically, he's like, take your beer off the car. And I said, was it your car? No, but take it off anyways. He's like, well, if it's not your car, I don't see where
Mind
the
your own
problem.
business.
Yeah. So I go back to talking to the girl and ignore him.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that he did not like that. So he runs full blast and punches me in the hypothalamus. And I wake up in the hospital in a wheelchair on my second MRI, on my way to the second MRI, because they saw blood in my brain.
Jesus.
And what was strange is that apparently Jody, who is my friend, she's this little person.
What did the girl eyewitness what happened that you were talking to?
Yeah, I've never seen her. I never saw her again. But Jody, who was with me, little person, bubbly, super funny.
Yeah.
She was a server at the time at California Pizza Kitchen. And so she got me dressed up, right? Put the bag of peas or whatever. But I could not remember any of that. I woke up.
Blank spot.
The only thing I remember is I'm on the wheelchair and on my way to the second MRI. And I got a busted lip because my head
fell on place.
fell on the sidewalk, on the curb. So, yeah, that's also how people die, is because it's not just them getting punched, it's them falling on hard concrete,
You got
unconscious.
6 feet to the ground with your watermelon head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard those hollow noises of people getting knocked out all the time. I've seen people picked up and thrown on their concrete on their back of their heads, and I saw a kid get beat up.
No, that's the worst. That's the
You
worst.
see somebody get beat up with a hammer in the middle of the day?
Where was that? Is it in LA?
No, it's in my hometown.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was LA.
I saw some great stuff in LA. So you're at the hospital,
Yeah.
MRI
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yeah, and luckily I had health insurance for about a week prior.
Woo!
Because I was working in this 4-star hotel as a banquet server for 3 months and 1 week, and you get health care after 3 months. And we had Blue Cross Blue Shield, amazing health care.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it's my incident or anything, but they switched to a much shittier health plan. And I think a lot of these big corporations, that's what they do. They'll give you this amazing, stellar healthcare to attract
And then when you
new
activate
recruits.
it,
Once
they
you get
pull
it,
back. Yeah.
they're like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, because they say, look, we're going to offer this insurance program to a company But off the books, they're going to go, look, we're going to let 3 people apply, and then we're going to pull our thing, and then we're going to do that to another thing.
Exactly.
And you get on board, they constantly, it's a shell game of, fuck you.
I find that sickening, and that's why I like fighting, is because you can't lie. You can be a trickster and everything, but when you go on the ring and you fight someone else, there's no way you can lie. You see everything, and
so does
I don't know where
everyone
I heard
else.
that. Where I heard that is you will know someone more in a matter of a minute fighting him than you would know someone talking to him for 10 years.
Yep. Well, because it's boiled right down to the base of their personality. Can you survive? And what do you do under those circumstances? And comedy has the same thing, except it's more of an ego more than a physical thing. You get, with fighting, you get the ego and the physical. I lost and I'm beat up. Opposed to comedy, where it's all emotion. There's the physical aspect of it is very, it's just you seeing them, acknowledging them. But the pain, and you know this from somebody who's...
Well, the pain is getting what? You get fried on stage if no one laughs, right? But you don't have a broken wrist to remind you. Here's the trail again.
Oh, cool.
A broken wrist to remind you, yes.
Yeah, that you
So
fucked
yeah, that's
up.
another thing about fighting in UFC, and it's glamorous. Fighting, whether it's UFC or Muay Thai or any other martial art, you don't really see the amount of time fighters have to recover from their injuries.
Yeah. Anybody who's fallen off a bicycle on the ground, do that 10 times every 5 minutes, minimally.
Yes.
And then go to work on Monday, which a lot of guys have to do.
That's crazy.
You know,
People having another job.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to be in the hospital, but I gotta pay rent. And I don't have insurance, and I need this money to get enough food and airfare to go to the next competition. I am fucked.
Yeah, that is pretty darn.
Whitaker, the guy who's living in a tool shed during UFC and stuff, like those kind of, that mentality of like.
There's a few in the States. In France, I've never seen any homeless fighting, or training in the. It's more of an American thing, because I think you have a bit of a cushion. First of all, you have free healthcare.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference. You're not afraid to break a bone or to. You're a lot less afraid when you don't have that money to spend.
That's
in
it.
the hospital.
You got to look at the risk and reward.
It's tricky here, and so I would say you would have to be genuinely insane. I mean, insane.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you have to get past a certain point of risk to be a fighter, a professional fighter in the U.S. It's
and there's no
when you're broke, when you're at the beginning, or when you haven't dad's money, or right.
And the luxury of having the opportunity to risk everything. A lot of people don't even get a chance to risk. They're locked into their lives.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to risk. All it is a chain gang of repetition and nonsense.
So would you say that people are fearful of changing?
Squirrels. Full squirrels.
It's a metaphor.
Changing is it's fucking hard.
Changing is hard. Also,
is
it's
hard.
like you feel like your life is relatively cushioned, and you're going to keep it that way, even though you know.
Not even cushioned, about as much as you can take.
Yeah, as much as you can take.
And you just
and
you're
sometimes
in the red
it's even
all the
harder.
time. Yeah.
Because how hard is it to be in an environment where all your coworkers dislike you, or your manager is destroying your livelihood?
It's a painful marriage.
And you're like, well, I can pay my rent.
But the idea, I almost throw up on the way to work, because I know the impending doom of what my day is going to entail. But because I made it through once, I'll give it a go again for 30 years.
Yeah.
Ew.
I think people just don't want to hear it. They refuse to hear it, and they live
No.
and they.
I go out of my way to tell people.
Yeah, that I know. That I know. You're really good at reminding them
what's fucked.
what's fucked.
Yeah, because
And you don't even tell them what to fix and how to fix it, right? You just tell them what's fucked.
That's not my. I can't engineer
not your
your
job.
life. I
Yeah.
can't. I don't even. I'm not even giving it because that's advice.
Does that give you an excuse, like when someone says, hey, "Jason, can you stop being such a Debbie Downer?" And you're like, "No, that's my job."
That is.
It's a great excuse.
Look, I got this tattoo that remind myself. It says "immortal asshole," and it's a skeleton. It's a reaper, and you can count on me telling you the truth. Because if I can't have a truthful relationship with the people that are closest to me, then there's really no value to that for me. And I like to keep my circles tight and my friends close, you know. And when you challenge people, and I'm completely open. No one seems to ever say anything to me. I don't know why. I'm open to suggestions and stuff, but if I point out something that's a quote, a flaw or something that you might be doing that's self-destructive, as a friend, I should bring that up.
Yeah, I think more people should do that in general and just remind, hey,
you're labeled an asshole for telling the truth.
Yeah.
All my truths are off stage. Everything on stage is a explosion of a kaleidoscope of my past and present unleashed onto the world who didn't really care for me anyway. So all my dirty laundry I bring to them and then they pay me for it. I throw them shit-stained lingerie.
Well, I think that's how we have similar jobs, because they pay you for it and they want more of you. I wouldn't say disrespecting them, but hitting them with the brutal truth.
Yes, brutal truth.
Yeah.
Brutal truth.
Because that's what I'm paid for. Like,
yeah.
Showing people's weaknesses and like, hey, hold your hands upright or something.
And there's an art form to it, because there's you're not, if it's somebody you care about, you don't want to bully them into resenting you, but you can hold a mirror up to what is actually going on there. Say, can you see what I can see? Because that's no good.
So did you have any friends that came back at you and like, man, Jason, you really pinpointed that moment when shit was going down and I didn't know what was wrong, but you said it. And
no, because I always follow it up with, I'm never wrong, I'm always right. Now that could be taken as somebody who's unnegotiable, but I won't interject into anything unless I'm 100% sure of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And 99% of that is from my own personal experiences that I could relay. But people go to the gym and they're not going to pick up the heaviest weights.
No. Well, yeah, there's one thing is that people like the glamorous idea of, for example, in my field, of becoming a professional fighter or being very versed at what they do. What they glamorize. But they don't want to make the initial effort.
No, and the initial
once they
effort
realize,
takes 10 years.
Yeah, or they do make the initial effort for like a week, and then they realize how hard it is, and they're like, shit, you know what? I suck at this. Or it's their ego that is completely crushed because they're really good at doing something in life, and then they try something different, and they're like, oh, I really suck, and I look stupid. I'm going to go back to what I'm doing in the first place and never think about it. No, and I think it's a shame. You should try things, and you should go, like you said, life is a marathon.
Let's try.
Sorry, I got wired up here.
No, it's good. But I'm thinking of. I used to be able to do 13 of these things.
Oh shit!
Can you hold this while I struggle through 5?
Good. I'm glad you're.
Have you not done pull-ups?
Yeah, of course. Chin-ups and pull-ups.
Okay.
All right. You need someone to coach you?
Yeah, just
right.
cut me down. Tell me I'm a piece of shit.
No,
And
go
then
ahead, go ahead.
when I'm struggling, just kick me in the chest so I swing up around.
All right.
These are slippery.
1, 2. You said 13, huh? 3, 4, 5. With the leaf blower and the mosquito company in the back. Great. 7.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I just got a pinch in my tailbone for some reason. What the fuck was that?
7. You stopped at 7. Is that an excuse?
No,
Oh shit.
it was, I had this sharp pain right at the base of my tailbone.
Okay. 8.
That's a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah, take it easy. Why do you want to beat this record?
Oh, I can't
On
beat
camera.
the record. I just peed a bit too.
Okay.
There's blood in it. Are you gonna try?
I don't want to try.
No.
No, I do
No,
this
with-
all week long.
I get it. I know. I understand.
Yeah.
You teach classes. You got to, make sure you have energy for the class.
Yeah.
Not only physical but mental. Because
It's actually a lot easier mentally because I love doing that. And,
Yeah.
and no one's behind me telling me what to do, when to do, how to do it. People just show up at my house. I don't even have to drive anywhere.
For abuse.
I love it. So, no, it's a good deal. Like, no one is going to try to micromanage you.
that was one of the big appeals for stand-up.
For stand-up,
yeah. It was a solo. Again, no team sports, none of that stuff. So
Yeah, why do you think people take the individual route in certain things? Like, some people like...
because those
to
are
be-
people who've been let down.
But when you say an entrepreneur is the same way?
Yeah,
So you would say that
that's somebody.
entrepreneurs have been let down and they decide
Yeah,
to...
they worked for a big company that was doing what they
Oh,
thought.
I see, okay.
And they said, fuck you guys, I'm out, I'm starting my own business.
Yeah. Interesting.
Everybody has to start their own business.
Yeah,
If you're not your own business, then you're enslaved.
you are.
You're a slave to those, not to mention, I can't even wrap my head, I've been out of the job market for over 20 years. I can't even imagine what the review's on as far as language in the workplace.
Yeah,
Like-
formalities and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice hair today, Susan, that's sexual harassment.
I mean, you could be an employee in a strip club, for example. Would you
Not with this
have
pussy.
to carefully pick your words in a strip club?
That's the thing though, I think comedy clubs and strip clubs are the last places
Oh, I see, okay.
of freedom of speech.
Yeah, in late night bars and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit. Okay.
Dirt squirrels.
What was that? Oh.
Squirrels.
Yeah, it's a nice little park, huh?
It's a great little park. It's a great little park. I love this. I'm gonna come
Yeah.
bicycling through here.
You know what? Actually, this creek is a lot more enjoyable than the one over there.
Uh-huh. Is there water in it?
So they left it raw. Like, they had barriers to keep the to help vegetation grow. And now you have a bunch of little trees that are growing. It's flush with nature.
They're trying to hold the land.
I see. Yeah. Oh yeah, or the water that just
Erodes the
trickles down. Trash. You see what I mean? So maybe it gets picked up here by the trees and the brushes.
It's really nice. It's not,
bushes.
see, Texas isn't that bad in the shade. Considering how
Yeah.
hot it is right now.
Yeah. Could you imagine having to walk down that where you go usually?
I just put a hood on and long sleeves and compression pants. I just cover all my skin up like a burqa
So you gotta.
with breathable. And I can walk in this heat for 10 hours with a bottle of water, no problem. I'm sick.
The thing is, we don't have any water, so it's gonna be time for us to hydrate soon.
Yeah. We should get some food. Is that just a wheelchair? Oh, it's a pump. They've got some sort of flood pump in there.
Oh.
Somebody's. There's another blue jay.
You weren't supposed to see that area.
It is a great city. How long you been here now? 4 years?
No, 8.
8?
No, 2010 I was at University of Texas. I lived there for a year and a half in a co-op, and then I've been here since 2000. 15, 14, yeah, 7 or 8, something like that. So total would be like 9 years.
And
I saw the change for sure.
is it Austin Fight Team?
Austin Fight Team, yes. AustinFightTeam.com.
Where can people find you if they want to get some one-on-one classes in kickboxing? Oh, is he dead? No. The squirrels here don't run. I always think they're dead or they're sick.
Yeah, they're good. They just escape for a second and come back.
Austin Fight Team on Instagram?
AustinFightTeam.com. Instagram is Austin Fight Team, all attached.
Cool. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys again soon. Shows coming up.
Sawadee Kap.
Canada, August, September, Canada, and then October, Denmark, and then November, Sweden. So there should be a bunch of tour dates coming up. Thanks for watching, everybody, and that's it.
He's just a roustabout, shifting from town to town. No job can hold him down.